What's up, guys? It's Steph Untouched here. Welcome to another episode of the Untouched Podcast. Today, I have a very special guest for you. She has 5 million plus Instagram followers, 1 million plus on Twitter. She's been viral numerous times. You've probably seen her on the internet. You've probably seen her in person. Shit, you've probably been in her DMs, not gonna lie. She's a really big model, one of my good friends. We're about to go pick her up now, and we're gonna kind of get into her head and see what she likes to do for herself. All right, guys, I'm here with
Alexa Morgan.
Who are you?
I would say like an influencer, pretty cool influencer. Content
How many
creator.
followers do you have?
5.8 million.
Okay. When did you start content creating?
January 2019.
4 years? What's the best part about it, though?
Financial freedom, of course.
Financial freedom. What do you mean by that? Well, what's financial freedom to you?
You know, being able to provide for my family and for myself and put myself in better positions all over. You know?
Okay. And what are some of like the hardships of content creating and being an influencer?
Oh, definitely like probably like the hate and like like I feel like mental like health is very big. Like when I've been in the industry, sometimes I feel like I get down, I start overthinking things. That's probably like the hardest part, just definitely like being hard on myself because I don't look like this, or I'm comparing myself to this person, or like not even like maybe just the hate,
Yeah. Okay. What are some of the pros? Because good comes with that, I guess.
Well, aside, it's not just only about financial freedom. I'm pretty creative, so I feel like I'm getting really I release and like I do a whole bunch of like creativity things that makes me really feel good. Like I like coming up with stuff, so It's definitely been a plus. Like even before content creating, like in school I won most creative and everything, so doing this is making me be able to like
Put both together.
Exactly. So that's definitely been fun. So I really feel like I'm like passionate about this. It's not just like the OnlyFans side and stuff. Like I get really excited and I look forward to like my next shoot, and I'm always like, I'll be driving and something will pop up in my mind. So I'm definitely having a lot of fun with this like job choice.
Okay, so it's definitely more positive than it is negative.
Oh, for sure. It's like 99.4% positive.
Okay. I think some people don't understand though, like there's gonna be hardships in anything you do.
Of course, yeah.
So it doesn't matter if you're like a teacher or you're an athlete, whatever. There's gonna be parts where you're like, all right, you gotta always travel.
Yeah,
some people might not like that,
Of
so
course.
I feel like some people think, oh, well, if it's a little hard, then I don't want to do it at all. Everything is hard.
Yeah. Like something's gonna be like not the perfect way,
Exactly.
I mean, also too, like I think relationships are a little more difficult when you're in this side of business.
Of the realm. Yeah, I could see that happening.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, give us like an example. How do most guys approach you, since they kind of already know about you and stuff like that? Does it make it more awkward, or you think a little less awkward?
All right, so like let's say like if I'm at a bar or something, then I feel like I kind of try to I realize that I avoid kind of telling them what I do for a living, because it really does have such a bad reputation. Like,
yeah, of course, there's a stigma, of course.
Like, and it was funny because recently I went to a bar and I kind of just didn't want to tell the guy. I'm like, yeah, I like have my own podcast and stuff. He's like, please don't tell me you're an OnlyFans girl. And I'm like, it's not just that. But I was like,
well, I mean, don't you you've done a few things with the money that you've gotten from it, right?
Of course, yes, which I did mention those things.
Some people don't know that, some people think that all the girls just kind of get their money, the models, and then they just use it. Some models are actually intelligent and realize, all right, I'm using the money that I'm getting from this to at least maybe in the future get money from something else.
Of course, yeah, like I've invested
but
into those things.
Yeah. So how many properties do you have now?
3
properties. Fire. All in Florida?
Oh yeah. I mean, I actually am looking into like a Tulum property because I love Tulum so much, and it's actually a really good investment. Like we pulled up all the numbers and everything, so I want to get a property over there because I love it, obviously. and then it'll be a good vacation home, and it just makes sense. And also La Terena's in DR, like my stepmom's over there like looking for me. So yeah, I want to like kind of like invest outside of the US as well,
That's good.
Yeah.
For the models watching, you heard that 3 properties. Just because you're getting this money now doesn't mean that it'll always be there. So use it wisely. Don't be shopping all day, basically.
Yeah, we got to invest it because we're not always going to be, young and beautiful.
Exactly. What are you up to now these days besides shooting? Do you do anything else that kind of gives you peace and clarity? Because I feel like in your world, it's a constant need for people to like see you.
Mhm.
So when you're not doing that part of your work,
I'm
what are
sure.
you doing?
My biggest things, like my top like 3 things in life, like for instance, is hanging out with my family a lot. Like if I'm not working, like I go and I make it a point to like be with my family because that like really grounds me.
For sure.
So important. I mean, like that's, you know, number one thing in life should be like your family. And I travel. I travel a lot. I honestly feel like I work all year just so I can go and like give myself those travels. Like, you know, it's like my gift to myself.
Sure. Should we tell them?
Oh,
we met each other while you were traveling.
Yes.
Story time.
Yeah.
You want me to say?
Well, I'll say one little good point, but
Okay,
you were actually the first nicest guy. Like I came to a party with like, well, I met you at the Halloween party, but I didn't recognize you. You saw me in Tulum. I couldn't get into the VIP area. Then you got me and my friends and my dude in, which I was like, yo, who is this guy? Like, why did he let my guy in? Like, he's not trying to mack it to me, and I'll never forget that. Like, that's honestly
Respect.
so like, I'll never forget it. When someone
respect.
says something like that, like, you don't
Respect.
forget.
So
and then keep going.
I'll tell them my version of the story.
Yeah.
So I think we were at Tulum, and I think Carnage or Gordo was playing at the time, and it was a pretty packed out show. It was chill, and I remember, I don't know how I saw you. I think I saw Maria first, your friend,
you did.
and she was like, just looked stuck, and
For sure.
and I don't drink, and I still didn't drink then, so I think I was just like aware of her problem, and I'm like, all right, what's going on? She's like, oh, me and my friend are stuck. I'm like, just your friend? She's like, well, yeah, and her man. And I'm like, you know what? It takes nothing for me to get you guys in there. All I have to say is...
it was a little mission, I feel like, for me.
For you guys, I'm saying, all I have to do is be like, they're good.
Yeah.
So I let them in, and we kept the relationship since then, and we became friends. And then a year later, you came over to the agency, and here we are now. But just be nice to people. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Look how
now
it
we're
played.
business. Like now we're doing business.
Now we're
know?
doing things together. You know, sometimes I think guys look way past that. They're like, let me just try to hit.
Yeah.
It doesn't always have to be about hitting. Most of the relationships that I have in my life now is because I didn't try to hit. You know what I'm saying? You don't always have to go for it. You know what I mean? Some relationships you have is business and work, and some you have is, you know, platonic, whatever. You guys do whatever.
So true.
So true.
Glad you got me in.
Yeah, of course. So besides the traveling, besides the family, your day-to-day self, what do you do? Are you into hair, nails? Do you shop online, Instagram? Like, what's your day-to-day life like?
Day-to-day life. I swear.
Outside the madness.
Outside
when
of
you're
like
just in your home, chilling by yourself, comfortable.
Just like, you know, honestly, like some Law and Order. Some binge watching, you know, like really, like I'm like so introverted when like I'm in Florida. Like I don't even really like to like go out when I'm like down here. I'm just chilling until like the next travel. Like again, just
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you like DJs, musicians?
Oh,
what are some of your
of
favorites?
course, I love house music.
What's your favorite DJ? A couple of them.
Oh, don't ask me that. I get so stuck when someone asks me that. It really depends the season, and you know what I'm saying.
All right.
Like,
so now, who's your favorite DJ? What have been some of your favorite DJ sets? Who's played them?
Okay, I mean,
That's
like
easier.
I started like raving back in like 2011. I'm talking about like underage, just like space everywhere. Like I'm from Miami, so we start very young. Like back in the day, who was it? A lot like Hardwell, Martin Garrix, and all that kind of music. I guess like now I probably like. I like Gordo, of course. That's always a good vibe. The Martinez brothers, love them. I still fuck with Martin Garrix, which is way different. I recently just started getting to Carl Cox. I always thought he was weird. But now I'm like, wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
so I listen to all kinds of like house, really.
Okay, that's what's up.
I can't choose a certain favorite DJ. I really can't.
I have a curveball question.
Okay.
So you're by yourself. Let's say you're trapped on a deserted island, right?
Ooh, okay. You
can only bring one male species that's not stuck to bring with you. Who would you pick? Like, that's living.
Oh, fuck. Oh my god. Like it could be like an actor or somebody that's gonna get me off of it or something.
Whatever. No, just someone to bring with you, to be stuck with you.
To be entertained and everything. Whoa.
One person. You have it in your head. You gotta know. There's one person you could bring.
A male?
Yeah. Or her girl, I guess.
Shit. God, I don't know. I honestly, I would probably say like my girl Maria or something. Like, you know.
Okay.
I don't know.
A guy.
A guy.
No guy? You don't want to say it? She might get in trouble.
Yeah. We don't know when this is going to come out, you know?
Alright, we'll skip that one. So like 5 years from now, what can you really see yourself doing? Is there like basically what I'm trying to say, is there like an exit strategy, an exit plan? Like you said, you're not gonna be hot and beautiful for the entirety of your life.
I would definitely probably say 5 years from now, I kind of don't want to really be too much on the spotlight, putting myself on the Instagram too much, because it is a little draining. I do want to kind of eventually go into a private life, actually going more into real estate investing. I want to be a realtor, obviously, but more investing for myself, or that's my main thing. So I always feel like I'm going to end up with my own real estate company, with some all of the OnlyFans girls converted, something like that. But honestly, too, I want to actually make the next Alexa Morgan.
I was just gonna say, that's funny you said that. My next question was gonna be, do you have any advice for the girls that are just coming in? Because you're a decade in, pretty much, almost.
Yeah. I mean, even longer, because even before Instagram, I was still doing stuff on the internet.
Exactly. So you've been on the internet half your life, damn near.
No.
Or more than half your life.
Trust
exactly.
Me, very long.
So for other models and girls that are trying to get into the scene, what advice do you kind of have to them? Because a lot of girls do look up to you,
Yeah.
Even some girls in the agency always ask about Alexis. So this is something that will be directly to them, but also to the audience of everybody else.
Definitely, I feel something that a lot of models lack, and even maybe at one point in the beginning I was doing, is when you have to be very consistent and find out what's different about you. Don't be just a girl that just shakes her ass.
Find your niche, right?
Yes, everyone okay, we all can all shake our butt, we all have a butt. What's gonna set you different? It's beyond just looking hot. You have to use your brain, because you could be the hottest girl on the planet, but I mean, if you don't have the audience to, then what are you really doing? So I think it's just finding what sets you different, sticking to that, and honestly, not giving up. It was a perfect example. This girl, she started following my interview things and trying to get out there, and she was doing really good. I saw her pushing 100 YouTube shorts, and then all of a sudden I asked the video guy that I recommended her, hey, what happened? And she's like, I don't know, it's not hitting. I'm over it. And I'm just girl, you don't know, maybe next week something would have hit. Keep going. You just
it takes one time to go
one
viral.
time, and there's one person to see you and then want to help you, so the biggest thing is being consistent, and setting yourself different from all the other girls, finding whatever.
I have an example like that. Mo Shack, the DJ.
Is that the one you just posted?
Yeah, the Brazilian DJ.
With
so
the black coffee,
so he's really big now.
That's the one that I was gonna tell you. I didn't know his name, but a lot of the times when I see the reels, because they post his reels, I'm like, damn, this is good, but I've never seen him perform.
He been started DJing, but he didn't get his buzz till last year, the late February, and guess what it was off of?
What?
A TikTok short. It went viral from TikTok.
Which one was it?
He was in Brazil, doing a crazy
I probably
party.
seen it.
You probably have. We'll put it in the video for the people. But after he did that, it was like a domino effect.
And then it went,
everything changed. His whole life changed from that one video, and it just goes back to say that you don't know which one might be the one. Just like the Andrew Tates and everyone that's gone Catch Me Outside. It takes one moment of viralness to change your life overnight.
Super.
You know what I mean? And I wish more people understood that you're not going to get that viral night maybe in the first year, the second year, maybe not the third year. Sometimes it takes half a decade or a decade to finally get something going, But when you get it, it's going to last, because it took so much time to build it,
put that hard work towards it and everything.
The foundation,
It's so true. That's so funny that you bring him up, though. I really, that was a really good example.
Yeah, the foundation, it has to be said. Just like me, people see the agency now and the nice cars. Bro, I was in my mom's room. In my mom's house, in my room, 15 hours a day, typing, doing everything that I could. I was trying to be a photographer. I was Uber driving. I was doing so many different things until something clicked. And then that's it.
What was the day that it clicked?
You want story time?
Yeah. I'm actually curious.
Because I don't even think I've said it before. Have I said the story time yet? On the first episode?
The first episode, not in depth.
Not in depth, right? All right, cool. So it's 2019. It's my boy's.
Wow, that's not even too far from now.
It's 4 years. Yeah, everything changed fast. It's my boy's Nick's birthday at 11. I'm living in Palm Beach at my mom's house, and I'm like, damn, do I really want to drive an hour for this man's birthday? But something in my gut, I remember the feeling like it was yesterday. Something in my gut was just go to his birthday. Fuck it. You're not doing anything anyway.
Yeah.
So I drive the hour. I go to his birthday. I meet a pretty cool chick. Her name's Rari Round. She already knows the story, so I meet Rari Round. She ends up being this really big model at the time. I didn't even know she had like as many followers as she did. And she's like, hey, what are you doing? Like, why are you here? Kind of. I'm like, oh, this is what I do, but I'm here for my boy's birthday. I invited her to the section. We chill. Next day, she's like, I'm looking for a social media manager. Do you know anybody? And me being like an optimistic guy, I'm like, yeah, like I'll do it. You know what I mean? I already been on Instagram all my life. Why not? So I started managing her from like December 2019, January, February 2020 now. COVID happens. No. And guess what? OnlyFans starts doing all this crazy stuff. And she's the only girl that like was already letting me do her management for Instagram and stuff. So I started doing that. So once I started doing that, saw the money in it. One person became two people.
You made your LLC?
Yeah, I made the LLC and here we are. Like, yeah. But so shout out to 11. Shout out to my boy Nick.
And shout out to Rari, right?
And shout out to Rari.
She trusted you.
Yeah, 100%.
That's
she gave me the first opportunity for sure.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a crazy story. I never like actually put it on blast to the world. So everyone's about to lose their mind.
That's so good. I know. I mean, I love that story.
But it's just crazy. And then the other thing that's crazy about it is I used to be the Uber driver driving people.
I saw that.
You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, roles reverse sometimes. It's like, but it just goes. I was just as happy doing that, though, as I'm happy now. You know what I'm saying? People don't understand that where you are in the journey shouldn't dictate your happiness. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's so true.
Your happiness should just be there. And then the journey's going to make it go up and down regardless. You know, like I wake up happy regardless of what I have. Yeah. I can be somewhere else. I was broke. I was, in jail for a little bit. And my mood was still happy because I knew that this is just where I'm at right now. Yeah. Not permanent. Now, if you got life or something, I don't know.
Yeah, no, that is so
But
true.
You just got to really, for me, it's just like people need to understand more so like appreciate the journey.
So true.
That's it.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I know. I mean, it makes it like even more like,
like
when it's,
because this is
like
how
finally arrived.
This is how I kind of look at life, right? Let's say everybody wrote a list of 10 things they've always wanted, right? And then tomorrow you woke up and everything was there. What would you do then? Exactly, because what you think you want isn't really what you want.
That is
and
so
then
true.
Once you get it, you realize, well, damn. I'm still empty inside. You got to do things that fill you up that aren't materialistic. Right. But we all got to learn. I had to learn that the hard way. I think a lot of people have to learn that the hard way, that the materialistic stuff is cool to have, but it won't give you the real gratification of things money can't buy.
That's so true. Like the memory with someone, with my family, or just, all those little things. I always say that.
And you got to appreciate those people too, though, that were around you when you didn't have it versus the people that, everybody wants to be celebrating with you, but
I know it's, before I got big and like in my process, like, I had someone tell me, they're like, you got to be careful who you let around now. And I was like, yeah, whatever. Like, what did I think? Then I realized that some people were like trying to get like in relationships for like financial interest, or because like I'm the smart move, or to watch me closely. And not realizing so many times that people just wanted to come close either to like, their intentions weren't 100%.
They weren't pure, of course.
Yeah. So I always do appreciate like the friends and things that I had before, my success, because at least I knew that they were there before.
Yeah, and now it's like a guard,
Yeah,
and you're like,
for sure.
It's like every time you open up the door a little bit, you're like, do they even deserve to be inside,
Yeah.
Because how I look at it is probably how you look at it. Any girl that kind of, or model, whoever it may be that goes in your life, they're going to be influenced in a positive way.
Right.
I've seen it myself with what you've done for others. And for me, you can just look around the people around me and see that I've clearly impacted their life as well. Yeah. So it's like, you can't be mad at us for having a guard around, our gate.
So true.
Because if it was just easy for everyone to walk in, we wouldn't have built what we built.
Also, yeah, and that's draining too, and not everybody deserves that.
Exactly.
And,
energy. Got to keep the bad energy out. 100%. I have a saying that I want to tell everybody is, energy never lies. People do.
That's pause that right there, clip that.
Because when someone's talking to you and let's say they're lying, the energy will already let you know they're lying. So the words won't even deceive you. But what I realized is you have to be closer to yourself to actually feel real energy.
Yeah.
Because you can be fooled by a fool if you're a fool.
Right.
But a person with knowledge and intelligence will have a little bit of more, receptive energy to be like, something's off about the situation.
Yeah, there was like something that I shared the other day. It was kind of like, I can, energy doesn't lie. I can feel you before I can hear you, or something.
Yeah, and it's true.
It is.
And to close off everything, it kind of just goes back to like, believe what's meant for you, but don't always believe what's in front of you.
Right. Yeah.
You know what's meant for you.
Yeah.
But what's in front of you, it's deceiving sometimes. And
it is.
You have to just clear it out.
It is deceiving. Sometimes I do kind of like not realize, like, I kind of like, wait.
Because it's in front of you.
Yeah.
But if you were behind, looking from a different lens, you would be able to spot it. And that's why you say you can't let people inside. Because once they're in front of you, it's easier to deceive you. When they're pushed back, not able to, have access to you, they can't really fool you. They can't get to you. And then sometimes that becomes hate, and
it does.
It becomes hate.
And I recently, I feel like I started like kind of like not pushing everybody back from that little gate, because I'm realizing how much like people just like want from me, and I'm just like, you know what, it's like not good on me. Like I need just everyone to take a step back. And then I get the messages like, you're fake as fuck, or like, just because like I just want to like make my circle smaller because I'm attending to too many people, or
giving out your energy
friends that really weren't there before, if I'm not
100%.
So definitely so important.
To wrap it up, I want to just say, what's one life tip that you want to give to the audience that you feel has helped you get as far as you have success-wise, and just honestly just you're being your own person?
So like this actually goes to like me, like I always think of myself in the future and like this vision that I have, and I'm on this white bed and I look back to my whole life and I say, okay, am I happy with all that, with how my life went, my decisions? I always think about when I make a decision, like what's that old lady gonna say on the bed? Was that a good decision or not?
That's true.
So true. I think of that moment, and I don't know why I just imagine this white comfy bed. I'm like older, looking back at my life. Yeah, like what did I waste my time on? Stuff like that. So I asked that lady in my head, like, was that a good thing? Am I doing this?
That's true.
Am I making myself really happy? Or,
it's kind of like, are you pleasing yourself now, or you're hurting your future self?
Exactly. Bam.
I like that. Well, Alexis, it was a pleasure having you on the podcast.
I know.
Everybody, like, subscribe, do what you do. Alexis Morgan on Instagram, right?
Yep.
Spell it Alexis.Morgan.
Alexa S.Morgan.
Step
2. Wait, no, you changed it. Step Untouched.
All right, so I'll see you in the next episode. Peace.
Bye.